I now give the floor to the representative of Brazil.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Brazil welcomes the agreement reached on this resolution and appreciates the efforts of all members in the negotiations that led to this consensus text. Despite some shortcomings in the text before us, Brazil joins the consensus out of respect and solidarity to SIDS in recognition that we are all vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Adaptive capacity is directly related to the level of social and economic development, as pointed out in the fourth assessment report of the IPCC. The IPCC also indicates that even if concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere were stabilized at the current levels, thermal expansion alone of the world's oceans would trigger sea level rise for the next centuries. Among the most threatened by these adverse impacts are small island developing states. Their vulnerability, as that of many developing countries, stems from lack of adequate resources, technology, capacity, and knowledge for improving adaptive capacity to climate change-related phenomena such as sea level rise. But in this bleak scenario, Mr. President, hope lies in enabling the vulnerable to build resilience to avoid humanitarian catastrophes. This is further reason why the international commitments under UNFCCC and its Kyoto Protocol should be fulfilled. Actions by all will be needed according to the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities and respective capabilities. Developed countries which have caused current and future climate change through over 200 years of pollution bear a particular responsibility to reduce emissions and support developing countries' actions to adapt and mitigate climate change through additional financing and technology transfer. Mr. President, Brazil acknowledges the interdependence and indivisibility of the concepts of development, security, and human rights, as stated inter alia in Principle 25 of the Rio Declaration on Environment and Development and in the outcome document of the 2005 World Summit. That is precisely why attempts to shift the focus of the debate from development to security should be avoided. There is a clear link between climate change and development established by sound scientific research. There is also a clear link between development and security. There is no direct link, however, between climate change and security. To determine whether given environment impact gives rise to consequences which might represent a threat to security remains a very complex task. Thus, the consensus on this text should not be construed as a recognition of a link between climate change and security. Brazil reiterates its commitment to tackle climate change and its adverse impacts in a constructive and equitable manner. The universal interest on climate change and related implications demands that the main forum for an overall political appraisal of the matter remain the General Assembly, where all member states are equally represented and which has the power to discuss any issue or matter. We should stave off encroachments by other bodies on the issues of the General Assembly. The General Assembly should send a strong message of support to the UNFCCC and its Kyoto Protocol. In preparation for COP15, a delicate negotiation process is currently underway under those bodies. We must carefully measure how to debate issues under consideration therein, so as to retain the authority of the UNFCCC and its Kyoto Protocol, and also move forward and constructively in preparation for COP15. Thank you.